Hey team, what's going on? Sergeant Major Nelson. It's Friday, that means the best of. So enjoy it. It's the best of your Army now. Coming to you live from the NorCal studios in Sacramento, California, this is your Army Now. What's going on, team? Sergeant Major Nelson here, your Army Now. We are live across, I don't know how many platforms. Find us on your favorite one. You're probably watching us now. I hope you are. Hey, listen, I wanted to reach out and say that, what did I want to say? We have got over like 1,000 views on this. I think, well, you know, each show's different. Everybody gets, maybe it interests you, maybe it didn't, but we're climbing. All I'm going to say is the audience, I appreciate what you're doing out there. I want you to tell all your friends. I need you to like, share, follow, all those buttons you're supposed to push. Subscribe. That's what we want. Let's get to 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is at Your Army Now. Again, we're going to have all the links on all the bottom of this stuff. So, here's today's show. We're going to talk about fitness. We have a great guest. You know him as the Beast in the local area. That's Blake McKernan. Great Army story. He was a soldier. Now he's a champion boxer. But I got to start off like I start off every day, talking about crazy stuff. So here's what happened to me today. Any of you who know me know I got pet peeves, right? The one pet peeve I have as a sergeant major is, of course, hands in the pockets. Can't stand it, right? It just drives me crazy. In uniform, it just looks nuts. So, here's the other thing. I don't mind if you have your hands in your pockets in civilian clothes. Other sergeant major friends of mine, you get it. Get off the grass. Rake the rocks, right? We all have our pet peeves. Here's my civilian pet peeve. Drives me crazy. So, the other morning, this morning too, I stopped through the drive-through of my favorite coffee establishment. We'll talk about endorsements here in a minute. But my favorite coffee establishment, and there's nothing worse. I pay for everything in cash. I try not to use debit card and all this other stuff, right? It just makes me crazy. I like cash. So I hand them the cash for my coffee. What do I get? I got, like, my change came in crumpled bills. Like, this thing just came out of, I don't even know. I can't even explain it. Like, somebody crumpled up some paperwork like this and threw it in the trash can. I said, oh my God. I don't know if it's OCD or what. I freaked out. All my dollar bills have to be, you know, facing the same way. It just drives me crazy. And I kind of looked at this wad of cash in my hand and was like, oh, there's no way. And so I unfolded it while I'm waiting for my coffee, and I'm aggravated, and I'm picking the corners. I almost wanted to take the money to the dry cleaners just so it could be ironed. It was that ridiculous. I can't explain it. Anyway, so pet peeve, if I come through the drive-through, don't hand me crumpled up stuff like you just threw a piece of paper away. All right, so great. Now that I told you that stupid story, happy Valentine's Day. What I want you to do is make sure you go out and get your special someone a box of candies or flowers or something. Maybe you don't do anything. Maybe just acknowledge them. That'd be a great idea. Or you could do something cheap like I do and wait until tomorrow when, check this out, right? Everything's like 50% off. The flowers are half dead, right? And just play it off like, oh, I thought today was Valentine's Day. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Today is Valentine's Day. It's Thursday the 14th. So you can't get away with that trick. Honey, I'm not going to try to do that. If you're probably not even watching anyway, because I'm not an animal video. Anyway, we're having fun, guys. That's what we do here. We have fun, right? Because segment one is really just me bloviating about a bunch of nothing to make you laugh a little bit. I did have something. I don't know where my phone is. It's over there. Can somebody grab my phone for me and throw it to me? This is a great story. This is what I want to talk about, how awesome the Army is. And this is real life. So I appreciate you, Mark, for bringing it. Look at that. Remember Sergeant Bennett? So I gotta tell you a story, and this is echoing in my ear, so I'm gonna just take these off for right now. On Instagram, and I am not a social media hero, but what I do have here is a friend. And I gotta tell you about this story because I didn't know if I was getting stuff from the right people. You know, this is kind of weird stuff, is what I'm learning. So I got a request to be a friend from a young man. Well, I didn't know it was a young man. His name was CSM Wolf, right? Okay, good. Maybe it was somebody I went to school with. I wasn't sure. You know, maybe I went to the academy with. And then he starts just kind of talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't sound right. And I thought I was being played on this social media thing. But here is what it is. He comes back to me and he says, hey, listen, I'm really not in the Army. I'm an honorary CSM. I was born with cerebral palsy and always wanted to be a soldier. I said, right? Because now it's pulling at my heartstrings. I love this kind of stuff. So I have a special shout out, and I told you I'd do this, Adam. A special shout out to you, Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major, I beg your pardon, Adam Wolf. Now, here's what's awesome. So this was back in 2013. Adam was 14 years old. And they went down to Fort Irwin. And the commander down there gave him a tour. They did all this stuff. And they made him an honorary CSM. I got this story here. We might even post it. I don't know if that's legal or what. We'll talk to the lawyers or whatever. But Adam Knox, Command Sergeant Major Adam Knox. There you go. There's my shout out to you, Adam. Now, here's the great story. So if that was 2013 and he was 14, I don't do some math. I'll give you a math class another day. So you know what's great about this is Adam actually works, I think he said Long Beach, down at the Long Beach VA in the Spinal Cord Injury Center. Now, he only has use of his right arm. And he's working there, helping out. What an amazing story, right? But what's even more amazing than that is how the Army recognized this young man's dream, and they made it a reality for him, if not only for one day. That's, that's what makes us awesome in the Army, right? We are a family, and I'm sure there's a million stories out there through various organizations, but that was just great to me. So, not going to tear up. I do want to meet him, though, one day. I've only talked to him on chatted a little bit with him online, but and looked at his pictures. Good, that's good stuff, dude. Just wow. That's really all I can say about that. So anyway, they're looking at me all kind of crazy, so I'm probably running out of time, so I got to tell you about this day in Army history. So in 1779, the Patriots defeat the Loyalists in Kettle Creek, Georgia. Okay, so we know the Army goes back to 1775, right? So yeah, we were there. What makes the battle so special? Well, the turning tide in the battle was when the Patriots shot and wounded the Loyalist commander Boyd. Without their leader, British ranks fell into chaos and the Patriots won. Now, I know all you New Englanders are going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, that's right, the Patriots won, blah, 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 blah. Jets fan, not happy. It's all right. Still New England. All right, so anyway, after the break, we're going to talk to you about Army sports, more importantly, the World Class Athlete Program, and then we're going to interview the Beast, Blake McKernan. You're listening and watching Your Army Now.
Easy approach. Go, 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 go.
There are those who see the challenges facing the nation and say, send me. They fight for country. They fight for honor. They fight to win. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Okay, team, we're back. Your Army now, Sergeant Major Nelson. Notice the hat, right? Gotta have the hat on because if I'm gonna talk video games, I gotta look my age, 21. Haha. So, let's talk about video games for a minute. So, there's no mystery, I'm not 21. And when I used to play video games, we went to this place called an arcade. Now, what that was a building with a bunch of standalone machines, and you had a pocket full of quarters. You put it in there, you play these awesome games called Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, Galaga, whatever. Google them because you have no idea what I'm talking about. And we had a little joystick. But at the arcades, you pop your quarter in, you play the game all you want. I was awesome. Miss Pac-Man's my thing. Now, where have we gone since? Video game consoles. Everybody's playing video games. So now, I have a younger me, we'll call him my son, who's 22 years old. And this is how the games have evolved. He's got the huge TV. He's got the speakers. He's got everything going on. I'm telling you, in his bedroom, he is fighting and winning the war. It's unbelievable what's going on in there. It sounds like a war zone in his room. Won't come out. You can't get a hold of him. But here is something cool. He just went to Minnesota to visit a friend that he met playing video games. More importantly, I don't know if you guys in the room are tracking this, but apparently there is this social media thing. Captain Agee knows about this back there. Twitch. People watch people play video games. That's awesome. So, what does that relate to the Army? Well, so this whole social media thing is one thing. We think the kids are there, and that's where we're trying to attract our audience. But what we've recognized, the Army's gotten smart on this and recognized that the gaming platforms are where these kids are at too. So we have this initiative called esports. We're actually, as I understand it, we have a special guest that's going to tell us more about this in the next segment, are going to take soldiers who are awesome at these games, and they're going to go compete in competitions. That's awesome. You know, we have world-class athletes that do that, national, international, competitive level. We're going to have gamers. That's awesome. So you can be a culinary specialist in the Army and be an awesome Call of Duty guy and go win a gold medal or whatever you get when you win video games. I don't know what we're going to give. Maybe they know. Baby steps, right? But the kids are all over this. I can promise you. Because my son is, and he's meeting people all over the world through the online game platform. So, esports. Wow, where we've come. Is there anything going on in terms of events in esports? Probably not right now. Now, this is pretty big though, right? Because I know like the football one is Madden, right? I think is what it was called. Everybody's playing that. This is how I know this stuff is going to be huge though. There are 6,500 applicants already, and the Army just announced this probably, what, a month, 6 weeks ago? More importantly, they publish a story on Army.mil. Next thing you know, the Army Times has it. NPR had it. Like 6 national organizations, news organizations has this. So listen, I can't wait to talk to this guy about it. I'm probably not going to play video games, but you guys are. Anyway, we got him on the other side. And, well, we'll talk to him. Send your questions. This is your Army now.
See the stuff you got, living different lives. Comes on the best TV tomorrow.
Check it out. Everyone starts from somewhere, but where you start doesn't have to be where you end.
There comes a time. There comes a time we have to make a decision. Let's go! Giving all I got. I ain't never gonna stop. On me change my life. Gave me a new clock. Business on my head. NCO I led. When you trying to be better, you gotta lead a meds. On me various I came for. No stopping I can do. Misperception the army like. I'ma show you how to win though. Education you gon' get. No doubt we stay fit. What's like Nita and Boost? Airborne we stay lit.
Flipping out like an acrobat. I'm flipping the script like flipping through pictures on Flickr. You wanna grow up? Start with the one in the mirror. You gotta step forward just to be bolder. There's more to a soldier than just taking orders. There's more to a soldier than just taking orders. It's not about motors. 1775, known as a takeover. Uniform paid for, electric bill paid for, water bill paid for, living quarters paid for. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, earn more. Don't be a hostage to college, paying a mortgage, honor, integrity, personal courage, eating up fear like a bowl full of porridge. I'm above all, supporting and serving, I'm soaring. Confidence is pouring. The army, king of the jungle.
Giving all I got. I ain't never gonna stop. On me change my life. Gave me a new clock. Business on my head. NCO I led. When you trying to be better, you gotta lead a meds. On me various I came for. No stopping I can do. Misperception the army like. I'ma show you how to win though. Education you gon' get. No doubt we stay fit. What's like Nita and Boost? Airborne we stay lit. 5 o'clock I'm gone. Persistence zone. Fat you want me to stop, but I want that bone. Body want me to quit. I fall, I trip. I keep getting back up. Cause I gotta have this. Hard words we came for. Persistence is simple. Blood, sweat, that's crucial. Late night is mental. No rest, the new quest. F4's the 5th set. I don't need no breaking this. On me train, I'm bringing sweat. Giving all I got. I ain't never gonna stop. On me change my life. Gave me a new clock. Business on my head. NCO I led. When you trying to be better, you gotta lead a meds. On me various I came for. No stopping I can do. Misperception the army like. I'ma show you how to win though. Education you gon' get. No doubt we stay fit. What's like Nita and Boost? Airborne we stay lit.
You ever think we'll get this far?
Yeah, man, of course I did.
Hey, you in the Army?
Yeah, we're in the Army.
Thanks for all you do.
Oh, appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, you ever think about serving yourself?
I've thought about it, but honestly, I already have a good job.
I got you. Hey, but let me show you something.
Okay.
Okay, team, we're back. Had to adjust the hat a little bit. Looked like I had too much forehead. Hey, listen, I am pleased to announce a young man that we have in our ranks, Staff Sergeant Andrew Waller. Welcome, Sergeant Waller. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sergeant Major. Thank you for having me.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, man, so for our viewers out there or listeners who may not be familiar with e-gaming, can you talk to me about what it is, especially the Army's esports league?
Roger, Sergeant Major. So everyone knows kind of how, traditional athletes are seen, whether they play soccer, whether they play football or baseball, these athletes, they go out, they train, and then they go and compete. And, everyone wants to win the Super Bowl. They want to win the World Series, those kinds of things. Esports isn't really any different than that. You've got individuals that devote their time to a specific skill craft, developing their skills, and then they go on and compete at the local level, regional, national, and then even moving on to sometimes global level competitions.
So that's amazing, right? So what's the goal for the first year of the Army's gaming setup, this whole setup?
So within the first year, Sergeant Major, the goal is to train, compete, and win. As an Army, we're always training, we're always technically competing, so we can go out and win. Whenever our nation calls on us and says, hey, we need you to go do this, that's what we're there to do. The team isn't going to be structured any different than that. We're going to train it, and we're going to go out and we're going to win.
Okay, so for you, what game and platform are you going to use during tournaments?
So for myself, I actually play on computer mostly, but it's not limited to just those individuals who want to play on computer. You're looking at individuals that play on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Nintendo Switch, even mobile gaming as well. It's a very large community that we have developed, and there's plenty of room for individuals to come out and show what they've got.
Okay, so how do you think that we in Recruiting Command can use this as a recruiting tool?
So, Sergeant Major, one of the big things that you encounter when dealing with the kind of esports gamers that are interested in this kind of thing is they're kind of recluses for the most part. Now, granted, but this gives the Army an opportunity to interact with these individuals that we would generally see as being qualified anyways, and then to show them some opportunities that the Army has to offer them for their future, whether it be whatever their desires are. Obviously, you can't join the Army to be a video game expert or anything like that, but there are a lot of comparable skills that we have in the Army that can translate.
Okay, so to follow up on that, how do you think gaming carries over to the Army? Like, are there specific games that could help with specific MOSs maybe? Or anything like that you can think of?
So a lot of the skills that you learn being a soldier directly correlate to playing video games. The team-based mentality, whatever you do, it's that you fully devote yourself to it and you make it happen for you and your team. That competitive attitude as far as going out and winning. You're developing in these scenarios as they happen to react to an opponent's actions and those kinds of things, and being able to think critically, being able to react to pressure and dealing with those things. Those are all things that we value as a soldier that you can develop and hone really on the esports side of thing as well.
I don't disagree. So how did you find yourself to become involved in the esports league?
So I was actually perusing around on some social media sites, and there was a couple mentions of it here and there. So I did some more digging and found out that there was a program for it, and I kind of interjected myself into the program and wasn't willing to take no for an answer. And I got involved with them back in November, and since then I've been very heavily involved with developing the program and getting the server set up and running so we can get information out to the soldiers in a timely manner so they can get out and compete and organize this and really make a name for ourselves.
Very cool. So has the team been selected all already, or are we still looking for people for the team?
So, Sergeant Major, we are actually still looking for soldiers to go and compete. The team has not been selected. There's been a couple individuals that we've had our eye on from that standpoint, but we're looking for soldiers in the pay grades of E1 through E8, O1 through O3, and even all the way up to a CW3 for that. They can go out and compete and attempt to try out for this program. There's actually a second element that's a little bit more developed from this program, and that's the morale side of things. We have a community now of several thousand soldiers on here that are wanting to play games with each other and engage, and it's unique to see that. It started off as this kind of gaming initiative, but it's blossomed into this morale program as well at the same time.
So I can see where the morale thing definitely comes into play. I mentioned it earlier. I wasn't sure if you're listening at the time, but my son is meeting people from all over the United States, and he went and visited somebody, flew up to Minnesota to spend the week with them, which was pretty cool. So if my goal were to be on the Army's e-gaming team or esports team, any tips on how I should prepare or specific games I should focus on?
So if you think you've got the skills, Sergeant Major, I don't know if we have Miss Pac-Man out there or anything yet, but if you've got the skills for it, get in the Discord server, get involved with people, make a name for yourself in the server. The admins will see it, and there's a board selection process that will happen for those soldiers who want to go out and compete for that program specifically. Make sure to follow on the social media and everything like that as well.
Okay, well, when you find yourself, find me a stand-up Miss Pac-Man arcade machine. I am your guy, I promise. So just suppose there's somebody that's interested in finding out more information. Can you tell me where they might go to search this out?
So I would have them search on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. We have a U.S. Army Esports, all one word, no hyphens, no crazy dashes or anything like that. U.S. Army Esports on all those platforms. You can go, you can follow our streams, you can follow our information, and really keep in touch with those things. And join the Discord server as well. It's currently open to active soldiers and reserve soldiers only at the moment.
Hey, that's awesome. Sergeant Waller, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. Hey, team, listen, if you're out there and you're interested in this, obviously you see on our Facebook site, what I want you to do is check below. We'll have all this stuff linked for you, and you can easily get there, and we'll help you out, Sergeant Waller, by getting you people interested in the program. Hey, man, I really do appreciate you you coming on Your Army Now.
Thank you, Sergeant Major. It's been my pleasure.
All right, man. Have a great day.
You as well.
Well, there it is, team. So, no Miss Pac-Man just yet, okay? But he swears to goodness that if it comes out that I'm going to be the first guy he calls, and I hope he does, because I can do it on a quarter. Well, there it is, team. Esports. On the other side of the break, we're going to take your questions. Send them to our Facebook page. We'll see what we got. This is Your Army Now.
When freedom is threatened around the world, when floodwaters rise and wildfires rage, wherever the fight, whoever the enemy, when America needs her best, she sends a soldier. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Okay, team, we're back. Let the music get out of your ear for a second. Hey, so questions are already coming in at esports. Unbelievable. Kids want to know about this stuff already. So Dexter sends in a question from Flatbush, Brooklyn. I'm interested in participating in this. I assume since it just came in, it's esports. What's my first step? So, as you heard from Sergeant Waller, there's a bunch of social media platforms you can look at. But listen, probably for the most up-to-date information, go in and see a recruiter in your local recruiting station. Now, here's the benefit. I'm going to send you to that recruiting station. Ready, set, go. It's at 2174 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. Now, just suppose for a moment you're too nervous to walk in the door. You got a telephone. Everybody does. You give them a call at 718-434-2700, and they'll hook you up. So, hopefully, I'll be reading about you, Dexter, winning the virtual war on some video game. Okay. Then we have Crystal from Augusta, Georgia. As a female, what are some of the challenges that I may face, if any? You know, well, I've been in the Army long enough to see a lot of females serve. And I would say the challenges that you're going to have are no different than the men face. Soldiers are soldiers, really, Crystal, because not everybody is used to climbing up the rope. Men or women, doesn't matter. It's about the heart. Try to get up the rope. If you can't, don't stop trying. At least you're showing you have the heart to try to succeed. Basic training? Listen, there's going to be 200 kids there, male, female, and alike, that have no idea what's fixing to happen to them. Right? Brand new experience. Imagine, if you will, riding a roller coaster for the first time. As long as you're 2 hours in the back, you're looking at it saying this is no problem. When you're next, that's the whole crap moment. And then you look to that person that's going to be in the seat next to you and be like, hey, have you ever been on one of these things before? Nope, I haven't either. Okay, we'll do this together. And you know what you find? You do it halfway through, your hands are in the air, the ride's finished, and next thing you want to do is go on it again and again and again. We'll go buy a fast pass because you don't want to wait in line 2 hours, right? All right, so Crystal, listen. go talk to your local Army recruiter, 3435 Wrightsboro Road, and that's at Suite 1010. So you're probably in like a office building or something, perhaps. Augusta, Georgia. Or call them, 706-737-0244. And what I'm going to do, Crystal, is welcome you to the team in advance. Okay? Because I know you'll find this appealing. All right, so events. Another one came in. So North Bay, which is in California, is having a Future Soldier mega event at Taylor Mountain in Santa Rosa. And so a mega Future Soldier event is, these are all young people that have joined the Army waiting to ship off to basic training. And anybody can come to these things. Go out there, talk to kids that have already joined, and see if it might be something to be. So that's February 2nd from 9 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Yeah. See, they put 1,300 here, and you have no idea what that means, but I barely do anymore after 20 years of use of rec. All right, what else is going on? I thought we had one more event. Is there anything else? Yep, here comes another one. So Eureka, California, at the Bear River Casino is going to be the Bear River Fighting Championship. So that's like an MMA event, and that's 9 February at 8 o'clock. Okay? So go there, visit the Army. Apparently the Army is going to be set up. Win a prize. Ask for a prize. Whatever. Everybody gets a prize. And then watch some guys fight each other. All right, so we had a great show. We learned about esports, which is awesome. We learned that I have no idea about video games today, but that I can play Miss Pac-Man with the best of them. Okay? So tomorrow's show, what we're going to talk about is the World Class Athlete Program, and we're going to have a special guest for that. And more of your questions, more of your events. And so, as you see, 30 minutes is coming to an end. I have to stop talking. They're actually forcing me to stop talking, which anybody who knows me knows that pains me. Hey, listen, I couldn't do this without the people on the... That's Mark Bennett, that's Joe Barker, that's Dylan Nevis, that's Mr. Davis, affectionately known as Brendan. This has been your Army. I'm Sergeant Major Mel.